Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can build an advanced search bar for your Wix stores where you can search by product name. You can filter the product display page by the collections that you have, the product collections, and you can sort by product name A to Z, Z to A, price high to low, low to high, etc. So let's get down to it. First of all, you need to have Wix Stores, okay? If you don't have Wix Stores, you can look at another YouTube video on how to install Wix Stores because we're not going to cover that. You need to go on Dev mode and click on Turn on Dev mode. Once you do that, you'll get this cool site structure bar on the left-hand panel. Click on Menus and click on Add Page. Give your page a name, let's say Custom Shop, okay? And so you're going to need a list few data before we get started. So click on database on the left hand side, open up stores and then products. So we're basically going to be using the filter on the name, product name, and the collection that it belongs to. So in order to do that, go on your database and then click on name, properties. This is the field key that we need to use in the code. So copy this in a safe location. So name, and then do the same for the collections, which is a reference, multi-reference field. So if you go to the right hand side, you'll see collections, properties, collections, copy this, and that's it. Next, what you're going to need is the collection IDs. So we have 3 collections over here. You can create your collections using your Wix Stores app as you do, and then click on the collections database and copy the name of the collection along with the relevant ID. If you don't see the ID, click on manage fields and check the ID button over here and then copy all these 3. We're going to be working with 3. We're not going to be working with all products right now because I don't have any products in the all products collection. So these are the 3 collections that we are going to be working with. Okay, and then for the sort we have A to Z, which is product name, Z to A, old to new, new to old, which is when the product was added, and then price, high to low, low to high. Okay, so let's get down to it. Let's start building our custom store. First of all, go to add list and grids, add a new repeater. Now I need pagination because I'm just going to be showing a few items at a time. So what I'll do is I'll go to box, I'll drag and drop a box. I'll make sure this box is designed to be transparent, and then add interactive pagination bar, and then the pagination bar here. Now we're gonna add some filter capabilities. So basically we're gonna add 3 input elements. One is the let's say the input element for entering the name. One is for drop down, so drop down, actually 2 is for drop down, so that we can how do you call that, we can sort by the sorts and then filter by the collection names. Okay, you can design it to as you want. Now another element that I'm going to drop over here is the text element. So I'm going to drop the text element and I'm going to write down total count or something like total products. There you go. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button which will allow me to reset all the filters that I have applied. So there we have it. Let's go ahead and rename this search name, uncheck the required field, settings, uncheck filter by collection, and over here sort. by. Check. Now we're going to fill this filter by collection with some values. So click on manage choices, delete what's over here, and beachwear. So in order to enter beachwear, we will first write down beachwear and then comma and then the ID. All right, repeat it for the other two also. So hit and enter and then write down the collection name bikini comma ID, then one piece. So the same way, hit enter, one piece comma ID, click on set. That's it. Sort, I'm just gonna go and copy the sort over here, but you can look at the video and fill it. So add multiple items, I paste it, I set it. Okay, all right, and then let's rename these elements. So name, let's see, collection and sort by. So collection sort by, and the count, which will show the product count over here, and then the reset button. All right, everything is ready. Now let's go ahead and format the repeater. So I don't want this, I don't want this. This will display the product name. So I'm just going to format this a little bit. Delete this. Okay, I rename the button to something like view product. Okay, perfect. I think we're ready to go. Click on add, content manager, dataset. Click on settings, choose a collection. Under stores, click on products. Number of items, I just want to display 6 items at a time. Now again guys, if I'm going too fast, slow, you can pause the video and look at it again and again. So from your connected dataset, select this dataset which we just created, and then inside your dataset, click on the image and click on connect data, image source, main media, tooltip, name, all text, name. All right, now click on this item over here, a text element over here, and click on name, because if I want it to display the name. View product button, click on the data set and then click on click action connects to product page URL. Now I don't want to connect this to a data set, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to rename the element ID to price from the properties panel over here, and then I'm going to create a on item ready. So click on the repeater and then on the properties panel click on item ready, hit enter, and then from here I'm going to create a function which will show the price accordingly. So the text ID was price, so price.text is equal to item data.price, which is the field key from the database. Give a space like this and then item data.currency, and again currency over here is the field key from the database. Okay, let's make your page ready to add the filters. So import Wix data from Wix data. Now we can start building the filter. So go hover over name, create an on key press handler by clicking on the plus sign and then enter. Collection, create an on change handler, again plus sign and enter. Sort by, on change, plus sign and enter. Perfect. Now the reset button, on click, enter, and then we need to count the total items in the database. So click on your data set and click on ready, enter. Okay, this is what we're going to be working with, and then there's just one more which will actually filter. So a fill function filter, and now we're ready to do some coding. So I already have, to save time, I already have the code, so I'm just going to explain to you what it is. So under name, we're going to add this filter, this function, which will basically wait 200 milliseconds for the person to stop typing and then filter the data set according to whatever the person has written. Now you might see some red marks over here, but don't worry about that. That's going to go as soon as I copy paste the filter function. So this is the actual filter function. So you have let filter name, let collection name, let demouse timer, and then this function we actually converted into an async function. so that once the filter completes filtering, we can actually count the new total item counts in the data set and show the total product count on the screen. And the rest you just need to copy paste. So here over here we have has some, which is actually an array which we are using to filter the collections by which we want to see the products. And then under data set ready, initially when the page loads, we're going to show the total product count, so we're going to use this code for that. And then for the reset button, we're just gonna define all the element values to undefined, convert this to an async function also, and then just pass a empty filter. So not filter name, I made a typo over here, it's just filter because we need to pass it to this filter function, as you can see it. And then sort by. So let's go ahead and create sort by. So for sort by, you need to create an if else statement. So if sort by value is equal to A to Z, so I have it A to Z, then you sort by the name of the product. If it's Z to A, you sort it descending by the name of the product. If it's new to old, by created date. So basically you just need to copy this paste, and if you want to understand it, you can always head over to the core with documentation area, which will help you decode what I'm writing over here. So there's two new functions, two new filters, which is price high to low, which is price high to low. And if this is selected, I want it to filter by the price. So the price is high to low, which means it will be descending, of course, and this will be price. And then the last one, this will become ascending price, but then we change the value to low to high, which is in our drop down. Okay, we're good over here. And now for the final collection. So we created the on change for the collection, and then we just input this filter name, and then the collection value, which will be the ID, which will send it to the filter function. Let's go ahead and publish this page and see what we just cooked up. And you will get all this code available. I'll drop a link in the description, so don't worry about that. You'll get all the code for this on my website. So just head over to my website and take a look at the code. Okay, so as we can see that everything is populating accordingly. Okay, let's just click on view product to see if we can go to the product page, and you can see that we are going to the product page just fine. So let's go back to the custom shop, and I think I forgot to connect the pagination. Yep, so pagination, click on connect data and then choose stores products. So this way you have connected a pagination, which will allow you to navigate. So let's just go ahead and okay, now okay, there we go. Takes a little while for Wix to read the changes. So as you can see that my pagination is working perfectly. I don't need to worry about anything. So I have my product image, I have my product name, the price is getting populated, the buttons are working. Now let's go over the custom functions that we built. So the total products 18, as you can see, it's showing the count. Now let's go ahead and search by name. So if I search by hat, it's going to show the total product count as 1 and show me the product hat. If I remove everything, it's going to show me the default values, default elements. Now let's verify something. Now let's open products. Now we already saw the name filter function in action over here. Now let's go ahead and verify the collection drop down filter. So I have the collection over here. So if I select bikini, AB, Bondi, Chow, and Elmer should show up, correct? So AB, Bondi, Chow, and Elmer. So let's select bikini And as you can see, AB, Bondi, Chow, Elmer, and the rest, which form part of the bikini collection, are showing up. Now let's go ahead and hit on reset. As you can see, it goes back to the initial view. Now let's sort by price, high to low. So now you can see all the price is now sorted in a high to low format. Okay, let's sort by low to high because I don't have that much budget and I want to buy something cheap. As you can see, it's now sorting by low to high. A to Z, A, B, C, E, L, Z to A, T, 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 S, old to new. Now this you won't be able to verify because, okay, old to new. Okay, so we cannot actually do old to new because it doesn't have a created date element. So let me just make changes to the code. Instead of created date, you put updated date. So if you see over here where we put created date, just change it to, don't worry, the actual code will be updated to this. So you don't need to make any changes, but just so you know why the filter did not work. I just made publish over here and just make it once more so that Wix reads it, and then okay, now it should work. So sort by new to old and old to new. Okay, there we have it. Okay, now let's try some multiple filters at the same time. So I select old to new, then bikini, and then I select chow, and you can see it's working quite well, even the product total count. And let's click on reset and everything goes back to as it was. Now you will see that the sort did not go back to how it was. So basically what you need to do is under your so basically the default sort is, I think, new to old or A to Z. Yeah, so the default sort of this data set is product name A to Z. Yeah, as you can see, product name A to Z. So if you want to bring it back to the default sort, what I would suggest is, where is our reset? So filter, and actually it's going to be difficult over here to bring it back to the default sort, but let's still go ahead and try it. Wait, and then okay, let me do something creative over here. Let default, I'll make a value default sort is equal to false. Okay, so we remove this await from here, and then under filter, after this is filtered, I make if default sort is equal to true, then I'm going to sort it by the default sort. Okay, but if it's not true, just don't do anything. But then you will think that, oh, now that if we filter once and the default sort is set to true, then it's just going to override our filters the next time. Not necessarily. What I'm going to do, so default sort, then I do filter, and then if the filter sees that the default sort is true, it will sort it to the default sort, which is ascending. But then when I pass filters over here, so I'm passing three filters over here. So what I do, I change all this to async over here, change everything to async. So this 1 2 3 async, and then over here whenever these filters are called, I just make it change to false, false, false. So that way your filters will not get interrupted. Your filters and sorts will not get interrupted. They will only be defaulted to the initial sort, which is name, if you select the reset button. Let's go ahead and try it. So sort by, so as you can see, A, B, this is the default sort when I load the page. Let's sort by price high to low. filter by collection, and then AB. Okay, now if I click on reset, it's gonna go back to the default sort, as you can see. Now I'm just gonna show you that what happens if I don't use this function. Okay, now let's do this once again. Price high to low, bikini, once, and then if I click on reset, see, if I don't use that filter, it does not go back to the default sort. It stays on the sort that I had selected. So this is a kind of a creative step to get past this barrier. So this is the code. It's like 94 lines of code. You don't need to do anything. If you are short on time, just take it and copy paste, but of course you need to build a user interface, and I'm pretty sure Wix makes it very simple to build an interface like this. So just follow my video, pause it where you need to pause it, and build a custom search feature for your store. Good luck and take care.